find a response. Kuma, can he steal it?
Kuma will have to fire a hell of an arrow! Again!
Esports is growing every single day. Annually, tournament circuits new and old are pushing the boundaries of prize pools and competition. Prodigies are making miracle runs, and legends are making history. Though there are a number of countries that are well documented as being esports host nations, the US, China, and Korea come to mind, there's one country that has been quietly making some of the biggest moves in the entire industry: France. Back in the day, France was one of the early adopters of the billion-dollar industry now known as esports. The 1990s saw the founding of French game companies like Quantic Dream and Ubisoft. As the industry began to pick up steam, some French representatives attended the first World Cyber Games in 2001, which saw French StarCraft Brood War player Elki take home a silver medal, losing only to the Korean legend himself, Boxer. Slowly but surely, and aided by the rapid growth of a new technology called the Internet, more and more French residents were able to engage with the gaming world. While StarCraft was a big driver of video games in France, there was another game that captured the hearts of gamers all over the globe: Counter-Strike. In 2003, France held the Cyber Athletic Professional League in Cannes, featuring FIFA, Warcraft 3, and of course, Counter-Strike. The event had 40 teams show up just for CS, including the likes of SK Gaming and Mouse Esports, who remain storied organizations to this day. Later that same year, in 2003, a French company called LAN Arena produced the Electronic Sports World Cup, aka the ESWC. The tournament featured many titles and had both open and women's divisions for most games. Over the next decade, France would host tournaments, produce top talent, and be a hub for esports in Europe. In the early days of esports, France was best known for CSGO, producing two teams that would go on to win majors. Team LDLC, the winners of DreamHack Winter 2014, and Team Envious, the winners of DreamHack Open Cluj-Napoca 2015, are considered some of the greatest rosters in CSGO history. For the former, Team LDLC was a rising star in CSGO. Just a few months after consolidating their roster, Team LDLC was becoming one of the dominant forces in European Counter-Strike. Under the command of their IGL, Happy, they made it to the finals in a number of tournaments, but were always cut short by one particular team: Fnatic. No matter what they did, they couldn't seem to get past the Swedish giant. For 2 straight tournaments, Fnatic would crush Team LDLC's dreams in the finals, and many were beginning to wonder if the French upstarts could ever beat them.
Akshon stripping, are you ready? It's LDLC versus Fnatic. Now, DreamHack, make some noise for this quarterfinals.
Set to play the Bracket Demon in the quarterfinals, most assumed that Fnatic would simply crush Team LDLC as they always did and move on to the next round. But Team LDLC had other plans.
Here for JW, LDLC can afford to lose rifles. He certainly cannot. And there we go. LDLC wants a whole lot of hope for Olmeister with 1 HP. Shoxy will hunt him down, and LDLC will pick up the crucial first map of this best of 3. The second map of our, third best of 3 of the day. Anders and LDLC are currently up 1-0 versus Fnatic.
He's got this perfectly figured out. Very nice way here to end as he gets a headshot. 16-8, and Fnatic bring us on to a third map. That's going to be overpass. What a quarterfinals. This is exactly what we ordered, exactly what we needed here. That's it, the perfect game here. They are worth their weight in gold, and it's very rare that you can get 2 without dropping anybody. Now they're going to charge in here, try and see if they can get the bomb down, but MBK is just a little bit too solid right now. Takes the first 2 coming in, no scope, headshot, and a style points at the end there for Happy. It's a triple kill for him. He's 13-2-3. On this side, Pronex is going to be in the tough position. He smokes the bomb instead, fakes it once, runs out right at the edge, and he gets the kill. Oh, Happy! A stunning performance from him. He ends at 17 kills.
After 2 fairly evenly matched maps, the set was tied at 1-1. On map 3, Overpass, Team LDLC took a decisive lead in the first half, going up 12-3, But after Fnatic switched to CT side, one of the most infamous plays in CSGO history took place.
Pretty standard game, although do they have a weird boost going on currently? Yes,
Look at this
Olofmeister.
boost.
Oh my god,
this is beautiful.
Olofmeister is still waiting. The patience game coming out. He can spot them coming out of Squeak Door as well. He's here. He sees them down there. Straight headshot. They have no idea. Smith's looking confused and dazed, and there's going to be a follow-up headshot. Olofmeister. Not to love what Fnatic are doing right here. LDLC, they just lost around to it, and they still are not sure. They're just getting fired at. They're going down. Olofmeister, they have no idea. This is gonna be frustration on a whole new level. Pronax taking another kill down here, and it's Happy alone in a 1-on-4, and he's gonna fall. JW makes it work.
Fnatic would go on to win 13 straight rounds and knock the French out of the tournament. Or so they thought. Ultimately, after protests from Team LDLC, fans and professionals alike, the admins decided that the two teams would replay the map from 13-3 onwards. Fnatic protested and ultimately decided to forfeit the game, allowing Team LDLC to move on. Despite the controversy around the Olof boost, LDLC was a part of one of the biggest moments in CSGO history. Happy had a spectacular performance that earned him the MVP of the tournament. Team LDLC went on to the finals, where they beat Ninjas in Pajamas 2-1, and after winning this major, they were considered the de facto best team in the world. But Team LDLC was just the beginning for French esports. Shortly after their success at DreamHack Winter 2014, Team LDLC was purchased by Team Envious, and the newly branded squad picked up arguably the greatest AWPer of all time, Kenny S. Those of you who have never heard the name might be wondering just how good Kenny S was.
Aggressive. We haven't seen this dance from them. Kenny, though, so quick, as always, pops out, gets the chance against the no-scope! And it's just the pistols for Config and Kirby. Happy walks around the corner, good shot, but it's traded as Kenny finds Config, knows where Kirby is up close, and he's got it with the pistol, drive-by shooting.
Does get planted still. Kenny S stuck in the sight, finding Mole. That's brilliant, and Kenny S again up close. Oh my goodness, Kenny S! The no-scope on the third. This guy's absolutely insane.
His aggressive opping style in early 2015 led to the gun being straight up nerfed, significantly reducing the movement speed of players when scoped in, because he could not be stopped. Long before the arrival of Simple, it was Kenny S that broke the system and was awarded an HLTV MVP despite coming in second at iOS Pantamera in 2015. In the immortal words of Thorin, quote, "This was a run of form that stretched the boundaries of what was possible from not just an AWPer, but any player in any role on any team. A black hole of excellence that sucked all eyes in towards the singularity of one young man's unquenchable fire to win, no matter the odds. His flick shot was art. His movement, poetic. His confidence, unbreakable. For an almost 4-month span, the answer to the question, what does it take to be the best Counter-Strike player, was simply and solely Kenny S. Nobody else stood a chance. To this day, the echoes of this 19-year-old sniping maestro's impact ripple through the passing years of history. While following the nerf that he himself caused, Kenny S was struggling to show the consistent dominance that many had come to expect from him. Heading into the Cluj-Napoca Major in 2015, Envious faced off against some familiar opponents, taking out Fnatic in the quarterfinals, G2 Esports in the semis, and Na'Vi in the finals, who they dominated 2-0. For his incredible performance throughout the major, Kenny earned another MVP award to add to his trophy case. But just as French CSGO was at its height, the community was turned on its head by a series of roster swaps that would come to be known as the French Shuffle. The first of these shuffles took place after the ESL One Cologne 2014 major, where the big three French teams, Titan, Team LDLC, and Epsilon Esports, made huge roster changes, and all three teams were left virtually unrecognizable. The first French Shuffle proved to be favorable, and the Team LDLC roster we talked about before would go on to win the DreamHack Winter 2014 major. But as time went on, and more of these large roster swaps took place, players were able to interact with each other, and egos and personalities started to become an issue. It got to the point where French CSGO needed a relationship chart just to figure out which players still got along well enough to team up. This would eventually lead to French CSGO falling off. And while there are many French players competing at the highest level,
shots, he's already got 3 and 4 and 5 and oh my god, Zaiwu! Unbelievable!
there are no longer any French-only rosters on the world stage. But despite French CSGO not being what it once was, the region has established itself as having one of the most passionate fan bases in the entire world. Because of the country's fanaticism for esports, tournament organizers began hosting big events in France, who, in turn, have lived up to the expectations of being welcoming and hype hosts. The first notable event held in France was the 2014 League of Legends All-Star event, which took place at Paris Le Zénith. The 4-day event saw fans pack the 6,804 capacity venue every single day, filling the arena with hype and making sure that the players felt the love from the crowd as well. The amazing showing from the fans in 2014 led to Paris hosting the 2019 League of Legends World Championship Finals 5 years later. Once again, French fans showed why they're considered some of the best fans in the world, selling out the 20,300 capacity Accor Arena and cheering on G2 in the finals. The country continues to show its support for the scene through La Ligue Française, the region's own European Masters League in the Tier 2 European circuit. So far, the LFL has held events that rival major Tier 1 tournaments, packing arenas and selling out tickets. Online, the LFL has outperformed other European Masters Leagues and continues to break its own viewership record time and time again, making France the premier Tier 2 league for any amateur player trying to make a name for themselves. Part of the region's top-notch reputation is thanks in part to the amazing organizations that support the scene. One of the biggest endemic organizations in recent memory is Karmine Corp. Karmine Corp started out as Karmine Corp, after the org was founded on March 30th, 2020 by Twitch streamers Karmine and Cote. After Prime, a French artist, joined the team as a founding member and joint owner, the team officially rebranded as Karmine Corp, and then went on to purchase Team Oplon's spot in the LFL for the start of the 2021 season. While the team has only been in the top French league for 2 years, they've already built up a huge fan base. Just this year, the org hosted a special fan event that took place at the Accor Arena, which featured the team's Valorant and League of Legends rosters, along with musical performances. While Karmine doesn't field a League of Legends team that competes at the highest level in the LEC, fans of the organization still packed the arena, creating an atmosphere that was redolent of a world championship. It's thanks to teams like Karmine Corp that LFL has become the premier European Masters League, attracting star talent like Reckless, who failed to find a spot in the LEC. Thanks to their dedication, Karmine Corp has been selected as one of 10 teams that will become an official partner of the Valorant Championship Tour in Europe. Joining fellow French org Team Vitality, this will be the first time that Karmine Corp will be able to showcase their talent on the main stage, and the fans are ready to bring the noise. Along with endemic orgs that have supported and helped grow esports in France, many big-name organizations have also noticed the potential of esports and joined in on the push to bring esports to the next level in the country. Without a doubt, the most popular of these is PSG Esports, which was founded in 2016 by the football club Paris Saint-Germain. While PSG has partnered with other orgs to field teams in big-name esports like League of Legends and Dota, their biggest contribution actually comes in the mobile game Brawl Stars. Aside from winning the 2020 World Championship, PSG hosted the Brawl Stars Ball Cup, in which the tournament finals took place at PSG's home stadium before an official match for the football club themselves. While Brawl Stars isn't necessarily one of the biggest esports in the world, it provided a huge opportunity to introduce esports to a wider audience. It's evident that the country is filled with infrastructure focused on growing esports at every level. But beyond esports startups and championship-winning teams, France is miles ahead of many countries when it comes to the growth of esports, thanks to one man.
Underneath the Eiffel Tower tonight, Emmanuel Macron's followers celebrating the first French president to be re-elected in 20 years.
Emmanuel Macron, the president of France. To say that receiving the support of the government is difficult would be a huge understatement for most countries. But during the 2022 French elections, Macron made it clear that not only did he see esports as another area of, quote, French excellence, but that he also wanted to actively support it and take it to new heights. Macron pledged to bring some of the greatest esports events in the world and try his hardest to get esports into the Olympics. Since being re-elected, Macron has made it clear that bringing big esports events to the country and supporting the growth of the industry as a whole wasn't just an empty election promise, and he met with notable figures within the esports scene at Élysée Palace. Among those invited include the two-time international champion, Seb, Smash Ultimate Pro, Gluttony, and the owner of Karmine Corp, Tomato. During the special event, Macron once again spoke on the importance of esports while also reiterating his intention to bring some of the biggest events to the country.
Essayer d'obtenir quelques grands événements e-sportifs mondiaux, une major de Counter-Strike, une nouvelle compétition internationale de League of Legends. Si j'ai bien compris, malgré tout, on en a déjà eu pas mal, donc ce sera un peu plus dur. Mais il y a The International de Dota 2, où là, on a quand même pas mal de chance si on sait se positionner et se battre. Et donc, ça, on va essayer de l'obtenir. Donc, l'objectif, c'est qu'on arrive, voilà, entre aujourd'hui et 2024, à se battre pour avoir ces grands événements internationaux et les tenir dans notre pays et réussir la mobilisation sur laquelle vous allez dès demain repartir et montrer la puissance d'attraction à la fois sur site et de toutes celles et ceux qui vous suivent.
Fortunately, Macron was quick to make good on his promise, announcing that France would be hosting 2 major events in the coming years, the Trackmania Games in 2024 and a CSGO Major hosted by Blast TV in 2023. With the country pushing to become a hub for esports, having events like CSGO Majors and League of Legends World Championships feels like just the start. For now, the sky is the limit for esports in France, and a good sign for the gaming industry worldwide. If France, as a nation, can embrace esports as millions around the world already have, it's not unreasonable to believe that many other countries will follow suit. This video is made possible thanks to our wonderful patrons. Massive thank you to everyone on this list, and shout out to B, Cloud, QB, Foxy, Pachanas, Shampoo, Spartacus, and Yoshichi for being Platinum supporters. And an extra special shout out to Marco for being our Diamond supporter. Thank you all, and happy holidays. If you want to talk to us, check out our Discord. If you want to support our channel and get info on unreleased videos, check out our Patreon. If you want to help us out in a different way, leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell to stay up to date is also appreciated. My name is Jonah. Thanks for watching.